Hello everyone. Today, we're going to discuss some rather surprising information regarding several new characters who may be arriving in future versions. As always, all of the information we'll be covering comes from credible sources. In the previous video, we took a comprehensive look at all the SP characters currently rumored to be coming in version 5.x, from the Penacony characters to the Amphireus character who may receive an SP version. If you haven't watched that video yet, I highly recommend checking it out first. This time, we're going to talk about some interesting information surrounding Nihilux, a character who has been highly anticipated for quite some time and has been the subject of plenty of speculation, and we're finally starting to uncover more of her secrets. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. The latest information regarding Nihilux comes from Chan via HXG Leaks. In the post, they shared an image showing a scene where Silver Wolf is facing a trial given by AHA, specifically, fighting AHA itself. In addition to the image, the post also states that Nihilux will change her image and model, and will be playable as the AEON of Elation. It also says that Nihilux's new appearance is similar to the one seen in Silver Wolf 999's clip, with the overall design being similar to the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. And interestingly, she doesn't wear glasses. So, if this information is accurate, we can say that Nihilux's playable model will be different from the NPC version we've known all this time. Actually, this information isn't completely new. Around 2 months ago, we already discussed the possibility that Nihilux would have a different model when she becomes playable. At the time, the source we used was DK2 via HXG Leaks. According to their post, similar to Cyrene and Phanon, Nihilux will appear with a different model when she becomes a playable character in version 4.7. However, at that time, we still didn't know exactly how her model would change, because there wasn't any clear information showing what her new appearance would actually look like. What's interesting about this new information from Chan is that we now have at least a few more clues regarding Nihilux's playable model. The first is that the overall design will be similar to the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. So, we can assume that Nihilux's playable appearance will take inspiration from that character. The second is that we now know that playable Nihilux won't wear glasses, unlike her NPC version. However, I should point out that, as of right now, no credible source has directly revealed an actual image of Nihilux's playable model. I've come across several images claiming to show Nihilux's model, but they are most likely AI generated and inaccurate. HXG has also confirmed this, that the real Nihilux model does not look like the AI-generated images currently circulating online. However, what is far more significant and surprising than the model change itself is the claim that Nihilux will be playable as the AEON of Elation. If this is true, then Nihilux would become the first actual AEON that we can directly play as in Honkai starrail. Of course, we already have several characters who are closely connected to AEON. For example, Sunday once came very close to becoming an AEON before his plan ultimately failed, while Cyrene, as the child of Anisrava, is a potential future AEON of Remembrance. However, neither of them is a true AEON. They are entities with the potential to become one, without actually holding that status at the moment. Nihilux, on the other hand, would be completely different, because she would supposedly become the first character to appear as a true AEON. This raises a very important question regarding how Hoyoverse would handle a character like this from a gameplay perspective. Because as we know, Eons are higher dimensional gods in Honkai starrail who preside over the universe. So, would Nihilux actually have a kit that reflects her status as an AEON? All of these questions are still unanswered, and they could become one of the biggest points of anticipation leading up to version 4.7. And actually, the information about Nihilux being an AEON isn't new either. The claim had already been circulating around 2 months ago, and it came from the same source, Chan via HXG Leaks. Previously, on July 28, HXG shared information from Chan stating that Nihilux is the AEON of Elation. What's even more interesting is that they added another detail. According to them, in the Chinese version, Gilgamesh uses the word nin instead of ni when addressing Nihilux. This form is normally used when you want to show a high level of respect towards someone. From this, we can assume that Nihilux isn't just some ordinary character. Even Gilgamesh, who is known as the king of heroes, apparently shows a high level of respect toward her. And what's even more interesting is that Full Stop Chan isn't the only source talking about this. The other source I'm referring to is Uncle Latte from Bilibili. In fact, Uncle Latte shared information about Nihilux being an extremely powerful figure even before Full Stop Chan did. While Full Stop Chan shared their information on July 28th, Uncle Latte had already done so about a month earlier, specifically on June 20th. On that date, Uncle Latte uploaded a video on Bilibili discussing Nihilux. And thanks to Sakiko Leaks for summarizing the video, we can get a clearer idea of what was said. According to the summary, Uncle Latte stated that Nihilux is the oldest emanator of elation, and is even more powerful than Evanescia and Silverwolf 999. She is also described as a former leader of the Morning Actors, and the reason for the mass cry in Epsilon and beyond. So, according to Uncle Latte's information, Nihilux isn't the AEON of elation. Instead, she is supposedly the oldest emanator of elation. So there is indeed a slight contradiction between Uncle Latte's information and what Full Stop Chan claimed. However, the main point remains the same: Nihilux is an extremely powerful and important figure, far beyond an ordinary character, with power that supposedly surpasses even Silverwolf 999 and Evanescia. Of course, we can't ignore the fact that Uncle Latte's information is 50-50, since he is known for intentionally mixing accurate information with incorrect details in his leaks. Regardless, we now have at least two different sources pointing toward the same general idea, that Nihilux is not an ordinary character. So, what do you guys think? Does it make sense for Nihilux to become playable as an AEON? Or would it make more sense for her to simply be an emanator, like several other playable emanators we've already seen? Be sure to share your thoughts and speculation in the comments below. And with that, we've reached the end of today's discussion. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video all the way to the end. Don't forget to share this video with your fellow Honkai Star Rail players so they don't miss out on the latest information. Your support through likes and subscribes means a lot to the growth of this channel and allows me to continue creating informative content in the future. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next discussion.